everyone. Welcome. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Come on, pile in. We got a lot to discuss. There's a lot of things that we need to talk about. Hey there, Charlene, Christine, Cheryl. Come on in. I'm so glad you guys could join me. New York City in the house, Freaky Friday. Patty, yeah, it's always Freaky Friday. I mean, look, today, I know a lot of us are expecting that we're gonna, it's a big day, and that's one of one of the reasons I'm doing it so early, our weekend review and live, and because not only do we have some breaking news I want to go over, I also there's some incredible news I want to share with you guys. A miracle, a literal miracle that transpired, and I want to share with all of you. I'm going to do it towards the end of the show, so we could have as many people as possible. So, hey Jay, come on in. Lauren, welcome. God bless you. Happy Friday. God bless each and every one of you. So, I'm going to go over. I see Cheryl, the Zev, Michael. Let's start off with that. Because I want to make sure that let's talk about the elephant in the room. A lot of you that were on yesterday's on our show of Unleashed. Towards the end of the show, Michael Cohen had whatever you want to call it, outburst, or he went off on an attack on Zev Shalev. That transpired from, I guess, a certain questioning that was taking place from the night before when we had a panel. Folks, hit those hearts, hit as many hearts as you can, because we need to be able to get as many people on here as possible because we got a lot to go over, and we don't have too much time, because later on today is an important. That's why I'm doing it earlier, because we're expecting the Epstein Files. I'm hearing around 3 o'clock, somewhere around between 3 and 4. So I want to make sure that I'm available to go live again, so we could concentrate on what's being released. So let's get to it before that. So before we go, like I said, I want to talk about that. First of all, I want to apologize. I want to apologize to each and every one of you that has DM'd me and that hasn't even DM'd me, but I know for all the cursing lately on some of these shows. I have spoken to several of my co-hosts. I know some people don't care, but a lot of people do care. A lot of people come on here to watch, especially me, because of the information that we're here to share. We have a mission. This is not a show to be able to get ratings. I know a lot of people, have started just letting it all out here on Substack, but we're going to tone it down. So I want to personally, I know some don't care, but a lot do, and some have their kids with them when they watch the show. Some people have it playing at work, and so I understand. So I'm just going to say this. I'm going to work on that. I'm going to speak with Dean. Definitely already spoke with Michael as far as that goes. The other thing I want to apologize, Michael, yesterday, I know a lot of you DM'd me saying that he told you go to F yourselves. Never going to happen again. Michael, was just upset at that moment for whatever reason, and I do not stand with it, do not agree with it. Yeah, I value each and every one of you, and I do not want any of you to go F yourselves for any reason. You have the right to ask any question you want, and if you don't like what I say, or you don't like what any of my guests say, you have the right to question it. That is why we are here. We are here for the truth. We are not here to promote one side or the other, at least on my platform. I don't care about, so you never feel like you can't ask a question. Never feel like you don't, that will somehow hurt me or insult me. Absolutely not. I challenge that. Ask away. If you have any doubts, any questions, make sure you ask them. That's why I want you to be paid subscribers. That's why I want you to be part of this family and show, because pure transparency. So I just wanted to get that out of the way to be able, because I know a lot of you overnight have been DMing me and saying what happened between Zev and Michael. Why is Michael telling us to F ourselves? Why is there so much good? So I just wanted to let you know, I spoke to Michael. I also spoke to Zev. I think, I'm going to leave it up to them to respond to each other's complaints. That's not my ward to be in and my situation. I stand for the truth. All I care about is the truth comes out. And I don't care if it's one side or the other. And that's why we're here. So, with that said, we have a lot to talk about. So first, we're going to talk about the Epstein files and some of the breaking news that I want you guys to make sure, if you haven't, go read my Substack letter that I just put out literally not too long ago. It's called "Today's Epstein Files Release is Really a Redaction Tour." Very important letter because of I know a lot of media is reporting that Todd Blanche went on and said basically that they're only going to give about 200,000 200,000 files, pictures, whatever of the Epstein, and there's a lot more that's going to be going on. I'm just saying to you guys, that's not happening. Yes, there are files being released right now. There's mayhem happening inside the White House, the DOJ. Because I just want to stop and let everybody understand. If they truly wanted to release the files, if they truly had good intentions to release files, we wouldn't have to wait till the 19th when it's the deadline. We wouldn't have to be pushed. We wouldn't have to have threats coming from Congress towards Pam Bondi, towards the towards the DOJ. You wouldn't have people like Dan Bongino revolting and leaving. You wouldn't have people like Susie Wiles going. None of this would be going on if there was nothing to be scared of in those what's it called files. And you joined us late. I spoke about Zev and what's it called, Michael, Daria. Absolutely. I said I apologize. Michael has no right to insult Zev the way he did. Zev has every right to ask questions. And I told Michael my opinion is I would have a meeting. I would have it just a Substack right live. Everybody get on there. Bring Tara Palmieri. Bring Zev. Bring everybody. Sit down, all of us, live in front of you, and let it all hang out and let the truth win. That's how I would do it. But everybody's different. I'm going to stay out of that for now. But what I'm saying to you is absolutely, Michael was absolutely wrong of the way he attacked Zev yesterday. Zev did not deserve that, especially he was not there to defend himself. Second of all, like I said, we'll leave it at that for now. So let's go into a lot of the stuff that we have going on today. First with the Epstein files. And guys, any of you that come in here that came late, keep in mind I'm going to put it out also, so you'll be able to go rewatch it. You'll also be able to, very importantly, spread it very far and wide. You know what I'm saying to you? So very importantly. Anyway, what were we? We were talking about what was going on in the Epstein file. So what we're going to see today, and as you know, I know Todd Blanche very well. I know all of these players that are being involved. The reason why you're seeing and listen, a lot of you are new to the platform, but those of you that have been with us for a while, every time we go live sometime, all of you start saying, "Where's Dan Bongino? Where's that?" Because we've been talking about Dan Bongino for already 4 months, folks, and it's still crazy that even now when Dan Bongino is leaving, that the media is allowing him just to go away without really pressuring him and pushing up to him, especially at timing when the Epstein files are supposed to be released. Again, they're supposed to be released today at 9 o'clock. I mean, by the end of the night, by 12 o'clock. Tell me this, who waits till the end? They had all this time. First of all, there shouldn't be so much scrubbing going on. They should be releasing, if they wanted to, the files could have been started being released right after Trump signed the letter. They could have said, okay, here's your first dump, here's your second dump, here's more and more, if that was the case. But no, they waited till the very last second. They waited to strategically to milk all the time they can. Now they're going to start doing a dump, basically a dump of redacted stuff, a dump of missing stuff, a dump of what's it called. But the interesting part, and this is why it's extremely important, each and every one of you, go read my letter that I wrote today. The reason why I was saying it before I jumped over again about the Zev Michael situation is, in my letter, I wrote there, and I spoke to some investigators already. So my sources told me what to look out for about which redactions which omissions, look to which patterns to take a look at. So if you go read my letter, very importantly, you will, because a lot of you are going to start seeing the dump of paperwork, and you start looking at it, is you're going to start seeing or give you an idea of what to look for. This information is valuable that, I've already passed it on to a lot of even news agencies for them to look at, to be able to see the patterns of through the redactions, through the omissions. Very important, because you don't need thousands. Some people say, well, Lev, stop, because all of this. How are you going to omit thousands of stuff? If you watched my Substack live that I did with a former state attorney, a state attorney, prosecutor from West Palm Beach, and senator from Palm Beach County, Dave Ehrenberg, you saw how even he conceded and agreed. He said yes, because they're not planning on. They don't need to erase thousands and thousands of it. They need to erase one very important one, two, and then go try. It's like finding a needle in a haystack when you have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of stuff. Oh, I see Alexander's here. I don't know if you could join us, Alexander. That would be amazing. I know he was driving back from Ukraine. Let me see if we could get him on. Hold on a second, guys. Let me see if let me send him a message. Uh, Let's see. I just sent him a text. Let's see. Maybe I don't know how his connection is. I know he was driving back from Odessa. I'm going to go over the whole Odessa update. I'm going to go over the whole. Like I said, we have a lot of things to discuss. A lot of important stuff, a lot of breaking news, but also we're going to talk about some miracles. Literally, a miracle I want to share with each and every one of you that will give you enough hope and enough to understand that God is good, miracles do happen, and that we need to believe. He hasn't responded yet, so we'll see when he responds. But anyway, folks, getting back into the Epstein files, let me just get about what's happening there. You also, very important, earlier in the week, I told you about the major breakup that we're seeing happen between Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I warned you, be very careful. She's not sincere. Did not wake up with a new leaf. My sources are telling me she's trying to basically take over the MAGA movement and turn it into the America First movement. The America First movement, folks, is the original Nazi movement in the 1930s, about America First, and it's that's why yes, it's good because of the rift, but we need to now take opportunity of the rift. So that is why before we switch over to Ukraine, I want to go over something very important. For those of you that don't know or are new to our family, we have a GoFundMe set up. And if anybody out there, I don't know, Jay, Lyudmila, any of our supporter pegs, anybody out there could start putting the GoFundMe into the message. I rarely ask, but there's two things I'm going to ask today, very importantly. One is the GoFundMe that we set up, and right now that we're talking about, to be able to go out there on our mission to complete phase one, to be able to hire the proper group of people to be able to go out there and make a difference and let our voices be heard. Simultaneously, we are also okay, he's gonna try and make it. He's driving, so Alexander's gonna try to join us shortly. Simultaneously, if somebody could put up there also our what's it called, email. It's thanks, Jay, and put up the email also. It's levpttp at proton.me. That's levpttp at proton .me. Very important because simultaneously we're building an army of volunteers. We have an incredible group of volunteers and it's growing by the day. So I am asking each and every one of you, we need to get this done as soon as possible because two things need to happen. We need to build an infrastructure. Phase one is about building an infrastructure. It's about hiring lawyers. We got off a call. Me and Jay got off a call with our this group. I think it was yesterday. The days are going by and everything is great. We're moving forward, but now we have to hire legal and to try to figure out how to properly structure it. So it's a whole machine, and it costs money to be able to get these lawyers and all of this done. So I really kindly ask of you, those of you that have already contributed, God bless you. Thank you so much. Those of you that can't, I understand, no pressure. Please don't take it the wrong way. But I need to be able to ask because a lot can, and I need them to know that this is, if you've ever thought of it, now is the time. We need you because hopefully we'll never have to come and do these fundraisers again. Once we put the machine together, that will have a fundraising component attached to it properly with with the 2C3, 15C3 to 11 and all that type of stuff. So, and I'll put all of that stuff in the email. So please, folks, and if you can't, the least you could do, and I ask of you, is share it. Share it with as many people as you think can, because it's about saving our democracy. So, do not feel pressured. Do not think that 501c3. Thank you, Julie. I'm already, my head is spinning with so much stuff that's going on. So I'm just saying to you, so please do not feel that you're obligated, but also feel that those that can, those that are able to, those that are blessed and can, please go. You could go to the GoFundMe. If it's easier for you, you could go to our Venmo at Lev-Parnas. You could go to the PayPal at Lev-Parnas. There's a Zelle, the real Lev-Parnas@gmail.com. I'll put it all in the letter when I put it out later on. Anyway, all of it we will go towards saving our democracy and doing what we can. So I want to say that. Oh, also, very important for the holidays, make sure you go to LevRemembers.com because LevRemembers.com has a lot of great stuff. We have a lot of great now t-shirts. We have Unleashed, Lev Remembers, Voice from Ukraine, and now we have a new edition. I'm waiting for mine to come. It's Enough is Enough. I think that's one that we are going to wear everywhere. I want to make that our calling sign. Enough is enough. Enough is enough, and all of these things that are happening in our world. And we want to leave this behind in 2025 and in 2026. Come out strong. So we have a new T-shirt. It's Enough is Enough. I didn't get it yet. It's on its way. I just got Unleashed yesterday. But definitely go to LevRemembers.com. Pick up your gear, which is another way to support us. And also, very important. I don't know how out of anything, if you're going to read anything and you really want to know what's going on, connect the dots will help you easy understand some of these names, some of the stuff that I'm talking about. Definitely go get a copy of Shadow Diplomacy. It's at levremembers.com also. Folks, I'm back order a little bit, so I apologize for that. I've been fighting on the phones trying to get them, but we're a one-man shop. It's me and my wife and you guys with Jay now and the crew. We're getting it in order, but the book should be coming in any day. So, and they're going quickly. So, and make sure put your orders in. So this way, limited edition of the stuff. So anyway, getting that out of the way. Oh, Lisa, personal assistant. We're gonna get all that, but right now, Jay is not only my personal assistant. Jay is like my between Jay and my wife. I got an incredible team, and we're building it. That's part of the volunteers, and part of also funding, getting this money to be able to get a team, because we need a personal assistant. We need somebody, a video camera person that's with us all times. We need people that are taking my messages and spreading it on all social medias, all different platforms. We need people to respond to messages, like a lot of you see I can't, can imagine thousands of people DMing me, emailing me, and it's me and my wife trying to respond. We need a machine. We need to be able to be with them on their level. So that's why I want to make Lisa, Unleash. Yeah, Unleash. We have a limited amount of them that I got in. So make sure you grab your Unleashed shirts before, if you want to get them before the holidays. So yeah, so folks, any one of those ways helps to be able to fund our movement. We're very close. The GoFundMe is doing great. All of your support, all of your work is doing great. But the number one thing is I need you to subscribe to become subscribers and become paid subscribers if you can, because that builds an algorithm on this platform and allows us to spread our voice bigger and louder. And we need to be able to get more paid subscribers, more subscribers, because two things happen. Paid subscribers, A, it also funds the mission, but B, it helps the algorithm and trust. And I know there's a lot of different platforms out there, but I think in the past 8 months since I've been on this platform, you have realized, and you could go without worried for 1 second and say that the information that we bring on here on this platform, that our sources provide, that we talk and risk, that you don't hear anywhere else. And it's not about patting on the back. It's about trying to be loud enough for it to be so this way we could be able to make a difference, because it's all about saving our democracy. So now I want to switch it over into another part of something dear to us here at Lev Remembers. It's called Voice from Ukraine. Voice from Ukraine is our other platform. It's combined because it's a global fight that we're in against, together against authoritarianship, against dictatorship, and we're fighting it against two powerful people that are joined at the hip. And those are Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump. And all of this stuff, including the Epstein Files, all of the stuff that we talk about, it all coincides. Those of you that have been following me that know, and those of you who haven't, please, go on the Substack and go into some of the letters that I wrote earlier when I first joined and in the past, and make sure you get yourself a little bit in tune, or go pick up your copy of Lev Remembers, of Shadow Diplomacy at levremembers.com, and get caught up to or what's going on, and it'll really let you understand to what degree and what's happening right now in Ukraine. Because I'm going to say it very clear and very bluntly, the media is not talking about it. They're not even reporting about it. But there are talks right now being done in Miami again. Folks, hit those hearts, because nobody's talking about this. And we need to make sure we get as many people, use this algorithm to whatever it is. So keep sharing, smashing the hearts, so we can get as many people in here as possible. And there is no deal that's going to be done right now. Basically, my sources tell me that Trump is putting a major pressure campaign on Zelensky to basically surrender deal by Christmas time. Zelensky, I'm hearing, is not going to take the deal. Right now, these conversations in Miami are more just pressure tactics and false promises that Jerry Kushner and Witkoff are basically dangling the carrot in front of these people and trying to give them. I want you to be very clear. There is no deal. There's not going to be deal with what Russia wants, because right now, if you take a look at any of the Russian televisions and what doing, I do it because you can't and you shouldn't. And Vladimir Putin's not talking about any peace deals. Vladimir Putin coming out there. Julie asked, why are the Ukrainians still talking to Trump people? Julie, because part of diplomacy is they don't want to turn against the Americans, because turning on Trump automatically puts them because Trump is the president, puts them in a position at odds with America, and it would turn a lot of American peoples against them, and Trump would force that. And they don't want that, because they know Trump is going to be gone one day, very soon, hopefully. Zelensky actually said it it was incredible. I don't know if you guys saw, but Zelensky said it in a speech, saying that, things will change either with the new administration or, once a leader passes away. He was talking about Trump or Putin, saying that, one of them needs to go already to be able to get forward. So that's why, Ukraine, I know it's frustrating, and I, believe me, I even speak to them. How many times I call up and say, "Don't meet with them. Tell them to go screw themselves. They're gonna." But yeah, Elizabeth, I think it was a speech either in Poland or I'm not sure where he made, but it was recently, a few days ago, he made that speech. I'll find it. But when Zelensky basically said that, I'll find it. I'll put it in a letter when I put this over the weekend. But the fighting and the continuation is going on. Just like I said, if Trump wanted to release the Epstein files, he could release them. He doesn't have to wait till the 19th. They don't have to be scrubbed. They don't have to be. He could have just said, boom, release them, and here's 500,000 or hundreds of thousands or a million pieces of that, and it's all released. But he doesn't. That's why he plays the game. Same thing in Ukraine. If Russia actually wanted peace, if Trump really wanted peace, there could be peace in Ukraine like this. All he has to do is stop playing games with Putin. But he can't. I told you that. It's not only because of the money. It's not only because of the power. It's not only because he looks up to Putin as a major dictator and somebody that he looks up to, but it's also because the Epstein files, folks. If you looked at my letter that I wrote a couple of days ago, a lot of people are not talking about it, but I want to make sure this is just like the Bongino thing. I lived through that time. If you saw my documentary From Russia with Love, or you read my book, you'll understand that in the 90s, I lived in a time I was very young, and I was around a lot of mobsters. I was a lot of around in New York City, and I was sent by you would say organized Russian organized crime to Russia to be. I was like the interpreter. I was that young, clean cut American that has spoke both languages and was sent over. And I was in Russia in 1989, 1990, 91, before even the fall of the Soviet Union. I seen how all of these oligarchs, some of them that were in prison at the time, then they came out of prison, then they became, oligarchs. Now some of them are sitting in the Duma and our politics. Hey, Pegs, I'm glad you're joining us. Whatever you missed later on, you definitely I want you to rewind to listen to when you get on. But thanks for joining us. So I want to tell you, if they really wanted peace, there could be peace. There is no peace that they want. I want to make it clear. And the Ukrainians, it's going to come to a head any day. And eventually, and in all honesty, I'm hoping that that happens. The Ukrainians are hoping that happens, and even the Europeans already are hoping that happens sooner than later. Because the only reason it hasn't happened yet is because Vladimir Putin is still using Trump and holding him in this to be able to continue these talks for no reason, to continue these, 2 weeks here, or you warn Zelensky not to do this, or don't shoot it. Because just think about it. If Trump would get out of the equation, if America left, because America is not giving Ukraine any help. We're not giving them any weapons. We're not doing anything. All we're doing is basically stopping them from attacking Russia, stopping them from doing whatever they want to do to be able to not only win the war, but to not only defend themselves, but to win the war. So that is why this is a tactical strategy that Putin is using. And again, he's using Trump to be able to cause havoc. And Trump is simultaneously trying to use that Putin's money, oligarchy money, to be able to be spread into the United States. Let me see what else on the Ukraine stuff. Uh, they continuously are being hit. Ukraine it has not stopped. But now I want to share something with you, very important, because before Alex comes on, I know Alex is going to be joining us any minute, hopefully. There was some things happened the past couple of days. I mean, it's literally been, I think, maybe the past 4 or 5 days. About 4 or 5 days ago, please, hey Jay, can you do me a favor? Can you guys start putting up Alexander's GoFundMe for the GoFundMe for the generators? Very important, because I want this segment. I want to, guys, you could contribute to wherever you want, help you out. But right now, very important. Thank you, Jay. This is a GoFundMe set up for generators. So I want to tell you guys a story. It's very important. And yeah, I want to tell you how miracles are happening. We're big. I'm going to write a whole letter about this weekend. I just haven't had time. Alex has been just literally, we spoke. He hasn't been been able to even download me on everything. But when I woke up this morning, I woke up to a video, and I'm going to share with this video with you guys in a few minutes. But before, I want to lead up to it and tell you how we got here. So about 4 or 5 days ago, we were doing a live, or maybe it was over the weekend, even maybe a week ago, when we were doing our coffee and tea with Dean and Lev. We had one of our subscribers, our paid subscribers, one of our family members, Cheech. Cheech came up, and Cheech was talking about how he has family in Odessa. And we were talking about Odessa at the time because Odessa, Ukraine, also a place where I was born that's dear to my heart. It was hit very hard. It was hit so hard that the whole city was without lights, no water, no lights. I mean, when I say disaster, I can't even explain to you. So Cheech came in and basically told us about this, told us about how his fiance's family, had a baby that was just born, and they had to all now live in one place because one of the places didn't have a generator. And after we got off that live, I called Alex, and me and Alex were on the phone, and I couldn't tell you, like, we literally, like, both of us shed a tear, and we were like, what can we do? And for the next, like, 8 hours, we were on the phone making phone calls to find generators, because at that time we weren't even thinking. We were Alex was in the middle of finishing up, sending out all the wonderful aid you guys helped with, heating packs, which is extremely still important. Heating packs, sanitary napkins, all that stuff that we were working on, but we weren't working on generators. And because generators, as Cheech told everybody, is a very hard commodity, because not only are they very expensive there now. Just think about what happens with generators here in the United States during a hurricane. A generator that costs right now in Costco or anywhere you go to Home Depot for $400 or $500. If a hurricane is coming through Florida, those generators are being sold for $2,000 to $3,000. So think about what's going on in Ukraine during a war. First of all, they can't even get them, and for those that can, it costs a lot of money. And I said to you guys, I remember I wrote the letter. I said, God is good. We have a miracle. We have a miracle that we found 40 generators. We found 40 generators to be able to go strictly to Ukraine. A group that was going to help us and give us different sizes, different amounts, so we could help different people. And we went to work right away. We opened up a GoFundMe. You guys started donating. And as soon as the money came in, I got on the phone with Alex. Alex called me, said, hey, Lev, he goes, you know what? I know they told me not to go there, just to send the generators, but I got to go there. I got to go make sure, and I said, go ahead, brother, just be safe. And Alex went there. He loaded up his truck full of generators. He sent a bunch of generators there through the mail or whatever. He went to meet them. And on his way there, he did some incredible things, and I want to share this with you, and I'm gonna write about all of this, so in more detail. But he was able to not only help with Cheech's family, and who is our subscriber here, and get them generators. We were able to bring generators to the Odessa Police Department. The police department was out of lights, didn't have a generator. We lit up the police department. We were also able to send generators and light up all the in some of the main district downtown where areas where the traffic lights stopped working. We were able to light up traffic lights in Odessa and places where traffic lights that weren't working. And two very important things that are dear to my heart is, especially because it's the holiday season, and we have two very important holidays coming up that are upon us. One is Hanukkah, which is very dear to me, which we're celebrating right now, and the other one is Christmas, that's coming up next week. And me and Alex spoke, and I said to him, I called one of a close rabbi friend of mine that was in Odessa, and I said, please, Rabbi, tell us, what can we do? How can we help you? And he said, listen, anything will help. We sent over, I think, 4 generators. One is for kids basically where the parents have all an orphanage, kids orphanage that we lit up. And I'm gonna put all of these videos and pictures into the letter, but I just want you guys to share this good news with you, because these are all miracles, but there was even a bigger miracle that I want to share with you, that I'm going to tell you. And the Hanukkah, that's right, Kevin. Hanukkah, well, we're putting Putin's light out, but also Hanukkah is a holiday about lights, about miracle of lights, and the fact that we are lighting up and using that to be able to go out there and to light up during Hanukkah, it's just amazing. So. We were able to help the Jewish community, and Alex on his way said to me, "I want to call a couple of churches and see what they need." I said, "Absolutely, Alex. See what." So he called up this one church, and they said, absolutely, we need some generators. So Alex, on his way there, stopped us by the church, dropped off this generator, and then he was done. And he had one generator left. He had one generator left, and he was sitting there. He was ready to go back, and he was thinking about to call who we could get that generator to while he's there, to make sure who needs it most. And as he was sitting there, he was at a place, he was sitting there having a bite to eat or something, and across the street from him was a small church, and it was bombed. You could see the church was bombed. The windows were knocked out. There was no light there. You could see. And Alex said, "Love." He goes, "You know what? I don't know what it was, but I just felt, let me go see what's going on over there." So, I mean, I got tears right now. I'm sorry, guys. So he goes to the church. He goes, and the pastor standing at the church, he goes, what can I help you with? He goes, I just come by, seeing we're here in Odessa trying to see how we could help. And we have these generators, and we have one left. Do you guys need help? And guys, you know what? If I could play it for you, you gotta watch the letter. I'm gonna put in the letter because I can't even play it. It's on the same phone. This pastor broke down in tears. He broke down in tears and basically said that this is a miracle from God. And he told the story. He said 4 days ago, he goes, we were hit. He goes, we were hit very hard. He goes, it knocked out all our lights. It knocked certain people got hurt, and the church had to shut down. And people that were taking refuge at this church had nowhere to go, and it was freezing and it was cold, and they got together, and they were trying to figure out, because it was a small church, and they were trying to figure out where they could go and get a generator, where they could even raise the money. Forget about where they could get money, where they could get the generator. And the pastor turns around and he goes, "We decided that God is going to show us a way." And that shit you, I can't wait till you see it, because you need to see it with your own eyes. That he goes, we went out into the backyard and we built a stand. He goes, we built a stand on cement and cemented it where the generator needs to go. And we said that, God's going to find a way how that generator is going to go. And we brought him that generator. And, I can't tell you how incredible that is, and how God works, and how the power of strength, the power of unity, and the power of humanity is still strong. So make sure I'm gonna write the letter tomorrow, folks, over the weekend, because there's too much going on with Epstein. I don't want to take away from the strength of this trip to Ukraine, but I want to say to you that I know there's a lot of GoFundMe's out there. There's a lot of missions. There's a lot of what's it called, but we need to keep lighting up the darkness that Putin is trying to put on this team. So if you can, do what you can. What can I tell you? Let me see if I can get Alex up here, because I can't even talk right now. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on. Let's see if Alex is here. Um, I don't think maybe I don't think he's driving back. I don't think he's going to be able to come on. You know what? Let's let him be safe because and we'll go on tomorrow. I'll bring him on tomorrow so we could go on. Let him drive safely because I know what's go. But listen, uh, yeah, God is good. God is great. So anyway, folks, I want to share this with you today, and I want to let you know. That there is beyond hope. There is, we're going to. This is the next year is going to be a great year. So anyway, I love you guys. Continue doing what you're doing, and I gotta go get my stuff together because we have a lot of breaking news coming up. So anyway, uh, have a great day. I'll see you later. I think 3, 4 o'clock we have a lot of breaking Epstein stuff. But please, folks, do what you can. Spread the message. Make sure build our platform. Make sure our voice out. Come 2026. We're not only going to come take our democracy back, but we're going to hold all these people accountable. And we have a lot of work. It's not just Donald Trump. We have to go out there and making sure that we have to get all these kids that were stolen from Ukraine. Make sure that they're there, even though because nobody else is going to be there. We have to continue talking for the Epstein survivors and victims because what they're doing right now, they're scrubbing, they're lying, they're going to try to cover up. We can't let that go away. We need to make sure that people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Tucker Carlson, all of them, don't keep building this far right movements to be able to do that. We need to do all of this. And that's why enough is enough, folks. And that's why I beg of you, you'll get these t-shirts. Let's make this movement. Enough is enough. Let's start spreading the word. Enough is enough. Enough of this bullshit. I'm sorry for my language. And I apologize. With that said, enough cursing on these platforms because there's a lot of people here that, and I agree with you. So I'm going to speak to all of my co-hosts, but about to keep the tone down. So have a great day, TGIF. Love you guys. Keep fighting. Keep staying strong. Keep speaking truth to power. That's right, Kim. Enough is enough, and we are going to, get our democracy back. I'll speak to you guys later. Stay tuned. Probably 3, 4 o'clock when the news breaks. Take care.